Visible, ask this question to yourself. Are you visible? And how can you be visible? When you share your story with the world, when you talk, when you grab the opportunity of speaking, when you raise your hand in any public gathering without even worrying what's going to happen next. I don't know what's going to happen next, but I'll raise my hand. I'll decide what to have to speak on the stage, right? So if you're not visible, the best job is waiting for someone who is visible, and you just lost it. You didn't even know that. All right. Now we're going to discuss about what is the cost of poor communication skill. Now this is a very serious topic in terms of, at times, in the flurry of a situation, in our daily routine, we don't even take a pause and think, what is the cost of poor communication? Because we simply forget things, right? Even if we failed, even if there was a drawback, even if there was a lost opportunity because of a miscommunication, somebody else took your limelight, after some time we completely forget. We don't remind ourselves what has costed me more as a result of poor communication. So here is the journey that I'm sharing. If someone wants to improve their communication and if they are not there yet, so lack of good communication leads to lack of visibility. It is very ironical, but let me tell this to you. And I always use this quote: the best job of the world does not go to the best people in the world. I want you to focus on this. The best job of the world does not go to the best and knowledgeable people of the world. It goes to the people who brand themselves, who are visible. Okay? So if you're not visible, ask this question to yourself. Are you visible? And how can you be visible? When you share your story with the world, when you talk, when you grab the opportunity of speaking, when you raise your hand in any public gathering without even worrying what's going to happen next. I don't know what's going to happen next, but I'll raise my hand. I'll decide what to have to speak on the stage, right? So if you're not visible, the best job is waiting for someone who is visible, and you just lost it. You didn't even know that. So lack of good communication leads to lack of visibility. And then lack of visibility leads to lack of credibility. It is very ironical, but did you just see it? Remember, when I was moving away from an operation job to a project management job, it is about 2017. I had no knowledge about project management. I'm very honest with you. And there were other candidates who had very good knowledge about project management. But I was given preference in the interview over others who had a lot of knowledge about project management. You know the reason why? Because I spoke really well in the interview. Interviewer could not make a difference whether I had a knowledge or not, because I spoke really well. Imagine the person who had a lot of knowledge, he did not get the opportunity. Was he not deserving? Was he not credible? Of course he was credible. But the person who was given an opportunity was somebody how to speak, right? So it is very ironical. And I say it is unfortunate as well that there are a lot of people who have a lot of knowledge, abundant information. They're expert in their subject. But guess what? They need somebody else to communicate on their behalf. So people are not going to show trust to you if you're not even visible. Now, if you're not credible and trustworthy, then what? Lack of opportunity. You will not get opportunity. And people complain, then say, you know what? I'm applying for a lot of job, but I don't get an opportunity. Why would you get it? Because people don't get to see you. How would people know that you have X knowledge if you don't even talk about it, if you don't express it? Of course, you'll not get an opportunity. Today, I get an opportunity to speak at different colleges, venues, conferences. I get an opportunity to share about communication in different companies. Why? Because I'm visible. What would I do with a good communication skill if I don't even show up on social media, if I don't talk about it, if I don't share my knowledge with the world, right? Impression is that you're consuming a lot, but you're not producing, you're not expressing, right? So no opportunity goes to the people who are not visible. So lack of opportunity, and lack of opportunity leads to lack of growth. And a lot of coaches in the market, a lot of business people complain that they don't have people coming into their program. Leaders explain that they don't have a personal brand. Remember, until a certain level, you get jobs by applying to jobs. But up after a certain level, you get jobs because you are credible in the market, because you have a good network. And that can only happen when you are visible. when you communicate well, when you share your story, when people connect with you at a heart level, right? So I hope you're connecting the dots. What I'm trying to say. If it is yes, say connecting. If you're connecting, if it is making say sense to you, say connecting.
Correct.
I'm happy. I'm happy to know this, that it is resonating with you, and I'm not even asking you I'm not necessarily asking you to agree with me. If it is not connecting, you say not connecting. I will have a question. Keep your question. I'll definitely answer that question. So lack of growth, and then what happens? Lack of leads to slow and poor financial growth. When you don't grow in your career, your financial growth also stops. But above all, the most frustrating thing is leads to emotional pain and costing peace of mind. You know what? You can bear everything, but you can't bear this for a longer period of time. Because the emotional pain, if it gets sustained in your body and mind for a longer period of time, it becomes a toxic energy, and it leads you to take some actions which may not be in your favor, right? Do you see what is the cost of poor communication? Do you remember that lost opportunity in terms of promotion that you lost to your competitor? Do you remember that last opportunity that you lost to your competitor of grabbing the stage? Do you remember that lost opportunity? There will be many opportunities. Do you remember that last opportunity that you had to mend your relationship? Right? Do you remember that last opportunity that you could have shown up somewhere better and grab that opportunity? So there will be many opportunities that you would have done. And you know what? You might be thinking that I'm giving you and showing you the mirror, but this journey that I've shared with you right now, it is about me. I was exactly like this. I was losing big on opportunities. I was unable to speak properly. I was unable to express myself well. I was losing my opportunities to my competitors. This is about me. This is Mr. Tauseef Hasan in 2020. It is in 2015. Now, if this is a cost of poor communication, it's a darker side, there is a lighter side as well. There is a brighter side as well. The brighter side is that there are some benefit of good communication skill as well. How many of you would like to know that yes, there are certain benefits of good communication skill as well? You can definitely use Zoom features. Number one, if you have a good, let's say you worked with a mentor, you improved your communication skills, and you got a good communication skill now. Now what really happens in your life is a good communication skill leads to high visibility. Because you're grabbing all the opportunities, you're taking initiative to speak, you're now visible. All of a sudden something changed. People started noticing you because now you're visible. And then, again, it is ironical, but it is a reality. If you speak more, grab opportunities, speak precisely, then people think that you're credible. You are the person who is trustworthy. You are the person who can be entrusted with the new responsibility. Because people start to think that you're credible because you started speaking, taking initiative. People don't care about your knowledge in short term. I'm telling you, the opportunity is obtained and achieved by the communication. Later on, you can definitely upskill yourself. But the window of opportunity comes with the good communication skills. Now you're credible, you got a lot of opportunity. Massive growth. And then it leads to financial growth and of course leads to great emotional health. And you know what? I've surveyed up to now, I would have done at least 400 to 500 101 with different kind of professionals in India, out of India. And there is one thing that they have told to me, that when they express to the best of their ability, they feel relieved. They feel light. And when they hold on to what they want to say, it becomes a toxic energy. Does it also happen with you? That when you're unable to express what you truly want to express, it frustrates you? Girish saying me, yes, of course. Yes. And when you get an opportunity, when you truly get an opportunity to express something and you did it with your heart, what will happen? All of a sudden, you will have epiphany moment, euphoric moment, eureka moment. Oh, I just expressed in front of a public. You know what? I'm so happy. Damn, this is exactly what I wanted, right? Rashmi just spoke yesterday in front of public and she was so happy today. Right? Girish, excited. Of course, you become excited. And that is why, but there is something that stops people in expressing. That is their own mindset, their own limiting belief. We're going to talk about that. Now, on the next slide, I hope you got some perspective. Now, I want you guys to think for a few seconds and remember those opportunities that you lost because of a poor communication skill. Maybe a job, maybe a relationship, maybe an opportunity to share your story, maybe you lost a client. It could be anything. I just want you to type that one thing that you just lost in the chat section, because I'm going to be telling you something so that you do not lose it again in your life. One thing. Think about that one thing that you lost. Promotion and hike. Pavitra is saying promotion and hike. Of course, I also lost a lot in terms of promotion and hike, but I recovered fully. 2x and 10x. Anybody else? Girish saying job opportunity. Of course, we definitely have lost something or other in our life because of our inability to express and communicate. Anybody else would like to share anything? And Aravind Singh, lost an opportunity in event where I could talk in front of people. Of course, you feel like you could have spoken, you could have made your brand in that very moment, but you lost. And there is no harm in admitting something, because acceptance is the first state towards improving something.